What's up, guys? It's Sean Korea with Team Dude Destined here, bringing to you another video. This time around, it's going to be a super quick deck profile video on the best blue boy of BT16, MirageGaogamon. Mirage is a great deck to pick up now, just because it is an absolute hard counter to Numemon, which is running rampant in the scene. I played this deck in the MomoCon case tournament, and I ended up squashing every single Numemon player that I played against 2-0. So if you never want to lose to that deck again, or if you're just super annoyed by it, play this deck and you will have a great time. My only loss that day was to security control, which is kind of a rough matchup, but you can still pull out sometimes. Anyways, I'm going to stop talking and get to the video. So for my rookies, pretty basic here. We have 4 Gaomon. On play, draw 1. Inheritable when in fact adds a card to your opponent's hand, gain 1. So this Gaomon's really good. It's the best rookie because it can pop off your burst mode. Also, gaining a memory off of the inheritable effect is also a great way to keep turn. Next up, we have the Searcher Gaomon, BT11. Reveal top 3, add a Gaomon and Tamer. It's really good to play out if you don't have one of the boosts. Turn 1, search for your Gaogamons and your Thomases, and then hopefully get going from there. My last rookie is going to be Gomamon is start of your main, trash any 1 Digivolution card for one of your opponent's Digimon, and then this Digimon can't be blocked. So this comes up against any blocker deck. So of course, obviously Magna is the main one. I guess like DB grade 2, anything else that has blocker really. But the inheritable is actually really, really great as well. When this Digimon would be deleted, you may play 1 Gomamon from its Digivolution cards without paying the cost. So this is great when you just have a Mirage stack out. Let's say they have to answer it or else they die. Goma plays out, and then they have another body that they have to deal with. A lot of the times you'll have, let's say like a trainer in the back, and then another memory boost or one of the trainings, and then you can go up into another stack because you now have a rookie on board and you get to counter. Real quick, I totally forgot to do my eggs. Only run 3 eggs. That's gonna be 2 Wanyo, 1 Bukamon. Most lists either run 3 or 4. I'm on the 3. Never really felt like I needed the 4. There were some times where I was like on my last egg and I was kind of like, oh, whoops, I better win here. But honestly, I'd never gone to full eggs before, even against security control. I went to 3 eggs. And then one of my buddies, Andy, he actually tied against security control with only running 3 eggs as well. So it's totally possible even against security control. You just have to swing out and hope your swings are okay. But yeah, 3 eggs you get to increase your chance of jamming from the Bukamon. I'll put that to the side over there. Now for my level 4s, the new BT16 Gaogamon. This card's just so good. Huge boost that Mirage needed. Both players draw 1. If there's 8 or more in the opponent's hand, gain a memory. And then it gives it inheritable jamming, which everyone knows that the deck oh so dearly needs. But it's really good just to, again, pop off. It kind of goes in synchrony with this Gaomon. If you ever need to get your opponent to draw an extra card so that you can use burst mode to swing again, Gaogamon is your guy. Next up for the next level 4s, we have 3 of the BT13 Gaogamon. If you don't have a Thomas in play, you can play a Thomas for free. Really good turn start. That's why I have it at 3. Otherwise, it's pretty good just for the all turns plus 1k if your opponent has 8 or more. And then the last level 4 I have is 2 of the EX4 Gaogamon. This card's like really good, honestly. When Digivolving, return one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon to your owner's hand. Comes up a lot in the Numemon matchup. And then the inheritable is when in effect as a hit card to opponent's hand, gain a memory. Honestly, I was thinking about maybe doing 3-3-3 or 2-3-2 or 4-2-3. Something like that. I don't know. That's kind of where you can play around with it. I just felt like early game I want to see this more, so that's why I have this one at 3 and this one at 2. This one feels more like a counter. So I was like, I'm okay with having less count of that. And this one has the jamming, so you always want to have jamming in your stack as much as possible. All right, next up, so we have the BT16 Makgao. If your opponent has it's when attacking is if your opponent has 8 or more cards in their hand for the turn. This Digimon attack target can't be switched. So this is really good against again blocker decks, against redirection. So against like Tyrant, this is the card that you want. That's why I'm running at 4. And then its inheritable is when effect adds cards to your opponent's hand. Unsuspend this Digimon. So essentially you'll have jamming in the stack, hopefully. You'll swing into the opponent's security, can't be redirected or blocked. It'll be suspended, and then you Digivolve into Mirage. It'll bounce the security or Digimon to their hand. You'll unsuspend, then you'll be able to swing out again. Let's see. Next up, we have the Makgao from EX4. Gotta run the 1 of, return to level 4, return a level 4, a lower Digimon to the owner's hand. This is super good. And then when attacking, if the opponent has 8 or more, you get to unsuspend. Don't need to say much about that. It's just good. Now I have 3 Zudo Aces. Zudo Ace, really good against Numemon, just because they're hard playing a lot of their Digimon. They won't have that many sources, so you get to counter whatever they play out by hard dropping a Zudo Ace. Most of the time, if Numemon wants to go first, they'll just drop Jerrymon. Jerrymon, they'll discard a card, draw 2. You'll be at 3, and then you just drop Zudo Ace, and you'll start off with a level 5 and way too much power to swing. So honestly, I was kind of wanting to put this at 4, but I wasn't sure how many Magnas there were going to be in Tyrant, so I kept this one at 4, put this at 3. It really just depends on your matchups and what you want to see, because this is just like so much better into nume, because it's so cracked when you can play Zudo Ace and then go into this guy. So go into the Mirage. That's just such a big power swing, because you get to bounce 1, and then the next turn they'll probably play another or bring a rookie out, and then you Digivolve into Mirage, bounce another, and from there the tempo is completely yours. That's why it's such a good matchup. But Mirage is just so good. Whenever an opponent adds a card to their hand, you'll gain memory for every 4 cards. So it's a great way to memory lock your opponent, and that's why it's also such a good matchup into nume, just because a lot of time they won't have a memory setter. So if you set them to like 1 or 2, they can't really like play the game. And then the last Digimon that we have is 3 Burst Mode. Burst Mode, honestly, that's your win condition. You need to have Burst Mode in hand to do swing multiple checks, and then you bottom deck a whole bunch of their cards so that they have 8, and you just keep doing that over and over and over again. You force your opponent to draw cards from Gaogamon, your Tamers, and then you just one-shot them. Next up, I'm just going to go ahead and go to my Tamers now. So Tamers, this is a pretty standard list. So 3 Thomas, the memory setter Thomas, and then 3 of the on-play draw 1 Thomas. This one's good because it works well with burst mode in the sense that you swing and you both draw. And then this one's good because it also does the job, same thing as unsuspending, but you have to tap it and then it unsuspends. And there's the condition of your opponent, if your opponent having 8 or more cards in order to unsuspend. So, all right, last but not least, we have 4 mental trainings, 4 blue mem boosts, and 2 full meteor impact. You got to run the 8. I was on 2 for a while. Then I was on 3. Now I'm on 4 for the boost. You just gotta run the 4. I'm a big believer in 4 boosts just because it's so much advantage if it comes out of security. It unbreaks your hand, so it gets you the pieces that you need, and just helps you extend your turn. When I was first trying out the deck, I was on the 4/4, and I found I was getting so annoyed with the deck because it was just like I can never see my line, never get what I needed. But now that I'm running 4-4, you're pretty much seeing the full line every single time. Your second stack should always be a good stack. So that's pretty much it. It's a super quick list. Like I said, it's a best deck you could probably play against nume on. Oh, I forgot. Full Moon Meter Impact. This card's cracked. Bounce a card to their hand, and then you gain memory. So works hand in hand with Mirage's effect. Yeah, I don't know. It's just an overall good card. Not much else to say about this deck. It's been around forever, and it's going to stay around. So hope you guys liked this video. Catch you on the next one. Peace.